Hello everyone, and welcome to the fourth in the series of Scratch videos that will show you how to develop a simple racing game that covers many of the programming aspects of the Key Stage 2 curriculum. In this video you will learn how to keep your sprite on the track and add a lap counter. Make sure you've logged into Scratch and open up your project if you haven't done so already. Once you're here, we're going to make sure that we're on the Backdrops tab in the Stage area, as we're going to add something to our track first. This time I'm going to select the line drawing tool and choose a colour I haven't used anywhere else on the track or in my car, so I can make a start-finish line. I'm going to place this on my track and make sure it stretches across the track and onto the grass. First thing I need to do is place my car in front of the start-finish line. Unlike real-life racing, our simple program is going to count the number of times we cross the line as complete laps. So we must start in front of the line rather than behind the line, otherwise we'll have a count of 1 on the lap counter before we've actually done a full lap. Right, once our car is in place, we're going to make sure that each time we start the game, the car begins in the exact same place. Click on the Motion tab on the left-hand side of the screen and drag the Go To block and the Point in Direction blocks and put them in between when the green flag is clicked and Forever blocks. You might want to tweak the Point in Direction block with a number that you want your car to point in. Whilst we're here, we're going to get them again and drag them into space near our sequence. We're going to use them to stop racers driving onto the grass. To do this, we're going to get an If-Then block from the Control tab and put this around the blocks we've just dragged in. Then click on the Sensing tab and find the Touching Colour block and drag that into the hexagonal space on the If-Then block. The colour may not be right for you, so to change it, click on the colour in the block and then click on the grass or whatever background colour you've used and it will change. Finally, drag that whole block into the Forever block of our sequence, at the bottom under the other sections you've got in there. Next, I need to click on the Variables tab near the bottom of the list. A variable is the name for a piece of data that can change its value. That's it. It varies, so it's a variable. In our case, the piece of data that will change is the number of laps completed. Right, so let's create a new variable and call it player1laps. We'll get to player 2 later in the series. We need another when green flag is clicked from event, as we're going to create a new sequence of blocks. Then we're going to drag and connect our set player1laps to 0. Make sure it's not the change block, as that's a different algorithm. Next, we need a forever block to go under that, and an if-then block in there too. Next, we need to grab a touching colour block from the Sensing tab to put in the hexagonal space on the if-then block. Don't forget, you need to change this colour to the colour of your start-finish line. So click on the colour in the touching colour block, and then click on the start-finish line to change it. The last block we need is the change player 1 laps by from the Variables tab, and you need to change it to 1. This means that every time our car touches the start-finish line, it will change the player laps by 1. Right, give your track and lap counter a playtest. What do you find? Thank you for watching this video. Join me in the next video where I show you how to debug issues with your game.